How to interpret an image often means considering time. You need to consider events, changes, facts, all of these things in time. When you see an image, you need to remember what you know in time, or about that time, if you like. For example, these pictures during the time of contact between American Indians and European. For example, when I look at the image on the left and of the image of the right, both from the same collection, their meaning comes across only when I consider what time period they are representing. Natives hunting on the left. This is an image of the way they would have hunted at that time. The Europeans on the right. This is an image of the way they might have dressed at that time. How did they cohabit? Were there conflicts? The image of the Iroquois fort on the left only has meaning in so much as I know that it was of that time period where the conflicts would have been with other natives groups, yes, but also with Europeans. And the image on the right, the habitation of Quebec, it's a fortified trading post during a time where they cohabited on the same continent and competed for the same goods as natives and other Europeans. Who hunted for food and furs? Well, I can see Europeans in these pictures. I can see guns in these pictures. I know something about the time period of the voyageurs. These pictures only make sense because I know about when the voyageurs were hunting and trapping in the Americas. Mapping out your knowledge can help you understand these things. Taking the images and grouping them with other images. For example, the forts and how they fought. The farms and what they did in the evening. Images of trading and finding furs. These things go together. Use timelines as well to order facts and to demonstrate changes and continuity or things that stayed the same. The time of early contact, the natives were fishing and hunting for furs, and they continued to do so, and afterwards so did the voyageurs. In early contact times, there were battles. Eventually things stabilized, and there were less battles. So things changed. How over a period of time, colonies developed, colonies that didn't exist previously. But, as the image on the top shows, trade continued between natives and Europeans. What you're doing essentially is explaining that knowledge. By placing it on a timeline, you're relating knowledge through time. You're communicating it with others. Sometimes you need to go further and explain what things caused other things. You need to explain the image in terms of the causal connection involved. For example, when I'm trying to explain the independent spirit of the Canadian, I can relate it to facts found in images of winter, of the temperature and the climate they lived in, images of the way the natives lived in that climate, and images of what the French Canadians took from the natives. In this picture, adapting to the cold by copying their dress, their snowshoes. We are explaining the connections between images. We're explaining causal connections in time.